I just love my chat. I was just chatting and I was muted. Thank you. Shout out to the chat. Shout out. Thank you, Raven. Thank you, Lori. I appreciate you are. You are. I really, really do. Fixed sound. I got that thing right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Again, it is your girl Pusher. If you're not pushing forward, you're moving backwards. Say it out loud. Forward ever, backwards never. No, really, say that thing out loud. Say it from your gut. And I'm telling you, it would change some stuff inside of you. I'm telling you. Did you get your copy of It Takes One to Know One workbook and journal and People Pusher? If not, what are you waiting for? Did you begin the work in the workbook and journal? If not, I'm going to challenge you after this evening. I'm going to challenge you to tap in, open the book, and do the work. I'm telling you, it blessed my whole life, and I'm sure it will bless yours. I appreciate everyone for tapping in. Brandy, forward ever, backwards never. Indeed, indeed, indeed. We are not going backwards. We're only looking backwards when we need a frame of reference or if we need to be reminded. That is the only time we are looking back. Other than that, forward ever, backwards never. I'm telling you, on tonight, I am excited. Normally, I'm nervous, but I guess I'm getting the hang of it because on tonight, I am really, really, really excited. This is season 2, people. We're moving forward, forward, backwards never. We're tapping in. We don't want to live in potential. We want to live in reality, and we want to manifest those gifts and those talents and that creativity when the world is out of control, when the world is panicking. What sets us apart is because although we live in the world, we're not of it, and that's why we're unbothered. That's why, because we know what it is to struggle. We know what it is to not have. And so for all those that are struggling because of the times that we are in, I encourage you to say it out loud. Forward ever, backwards never. Tap into somebody who knows the struggle and who knows how to triumph in the struggle, who knows how to glow in the struggle, who knows how to still show up and handle business in the struggle. Tap in. You need to find some friends. You need to find a village that knows what they know, and they live in it out loud. They're not gatekeeping their information. They're not gatekeeping their growth and development. I assure you. So, y'all know how I like to go. I want to let you all know that I'm so excited that you show up. Every week you show up waiting and anticipating for something. And every time we are finished, someone tells me how it has impacted their thought life, how it has impacted their movement. And so I am definitely blessed. And I am so grateful for the chat. And because of that, myself and my process manager partner, what we did together was we created a super chat just for you. You can go on pusherlife.org and you can click on that link. It is just set up just for you. If you have questions that you want answered or you feel like is unanswered, if you feel like somebody said something and they didn't put a period at the end of it, you, the community, have a right to say, Pusher, bring them back. We need clarification. We need understanding. Why is this important? It's important because you matter. It's important because what you bring to the community, whether it be your creativity or whether it be your sadness, whether it be your joy, whatever it is that you bring, it is important. And so if anyone sits or stand before you and they are speaking, you have the right to speak up and say, I need clarity. Why? Because we dealing in real life and in real time. And we got real issues and we don't have time to play. I'm only talking to those that got ears to hear. I'm only pricking the hearts of those that are deaf. You'll get that tomorrow if you didn't get it right now. We're on to something on tonight. And so you, the community, the pusher community, the chat, I want you to begin to utilize the website and do what it is that you do. And we're on tonight, me and you, we are going to show the world. We got Atlanta in the building. We got Texas in the building. We got people that be showing up to hear from you. I ain't all that. It ain't me they coming for. It's the work that you putting in because of your carriage. It's the voice that you have inside of you that you choose to say silent no more. We made a joke because I said I slipped up 2 weeks ago. I ain't slip up. It was just my answer because I said I did not want to have skeletons in my closet. And Mrs. Prince said they still got skeletons. I said, well, maybe they got mummies. I'm saying because you choose to show up, you are disarming yourself of those things that keep you stagnated. When you show up and you activate your voice and you heal out loud what you are saying to yourself first, is I refuse to hide any longer. See, we can celebrate all the good things and we can shout when we get a breakthrough, but when we're going through, where is your voice? That is not the time to retreat. That is not the time to remain silent. Greater the pain, greater the passion. Keep that in mind as we going on. So my challenge to you tonight, what is your questions? This space is just for you and us, us and you, and we. What are the questions? What are the questions that you think are silly? What are the questions that you entertain that I'm not going to share that because it sounds embarrassing? What are those questions that you have? And I assure you, I'll answer them as best as I can. But I want to challenge you on tonight. And so spontaneously, somebody on tonight, I want you to tap in and let me know if you have the courage to heal out loud and you're willing to do something afraid on tonight. I want to challenge you because if that's you, I want you to come on publicly. I don't want to talk directly to you on the chat. I want to talk directly to you on the screen. And so if that is you, I am going to ask that you boldly put in the chat, I got something to say. No. Put silent no more. Silent no more. If that is you, if you are feeling courageous, if your heart is beating real fast, if your mind started racing, then I'm talking to you. I'm not talking to the ones that's like, nah, I'm good. I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to that one with the mention of, do you have a question? The question that you feel like is embarrassing, the question that you feel like people would judge you about. I'm telling you, I'm healing out loud. I revealed a little bit of my stuff, and then coming soon we have Remember Me, which gives you the tea. So I put myself out there. Why? Because I recognize and understand the importance of opening my mouth. Dominique Blake, silent no more. I have your number. So what I am going to do, text me your number real quick. I'm multitasking. That's why I need some help. If you want to, you in the chat, I'm starting with the family. If you would like to be a part of this process, especially behind the scenes, and you would like to be a co-host, let me know. Oh, they are. Okay. Michelle, text me your email address. So Dominique and Michelle, text me your email address. Text me your email address. Once you text me your email address, it is on and popping. And so while we wait on that, those of you that are still in the chatting, what is some questions that you have? We didn't had we on the second season, we had the first season 22 shows, and now on today we are in the second season in episode 3. That is incredible. So what I am doing now, because we have some courageous women who want to share. And so I just want you all to just bear with me as I help them out. But as you see, we're being more creative and we are being more intentional about our movement and how we are presenting ourselves, because thank you. I appreciate that. I definitely will appreciate that. Michelle says, I'll do the behind the scenes starting the second week in April, sis. So we all hear that. So we got to check in and make sure she is showing up and doing her part. And so we will discuss that. I appreciate that. That is what this community is about. So those of you who are not in the city of Baltimore, understand that this is how we move as a unit. This is how we move as a community. We're not dependent upon anyone but those that are present in the now. And as I'm learning that, I want to extend it and learn it at the same time as I am presenting to you. Why? Because we're dealing with real life in real time, and I don't have time to play. I'm not a character, so don't look for that. I am not someone that is showing up just to be showing up, talking, just to be talking, not with my melancholy self, not with my introverted self. I want to be me. I want to be sit back quiet when I am in my own space. If I have it my way, and if I choose to be self-centered and ignore the purpose that I am aware that is in my life. So we are waiting for Miss Michelle Fitzgerald to tap in. The link was sent to her. And so when she jumps on it, and when Miss Dominique Blake hops on, I will just continue to do what it is that I'm doing. Because guess what? You can plan a plan, but you can never plan the outcome, because I did not have this in mind. As me and Michelle was driving home, she said something. No, we were already home. We were on the phone. I know we can't get enough. We go to work together, come home together, and then we still talk to each other. Yes, that's what it is. And love every second of every minute of it, of every hour. That is what it is that we do. And so I am going to bring up, hello. I'm going to bring up Miss Fitzgerald. And so you in the chat, I'm going to ask that you do what you do. We need a push, because I don't know what is get ready to happen. So I need your encouragement. If the sun is shining in your life, if the birds is chirping, I want you to tap in. We need your push on tonight. Hey.
Hey, y'all.
On candid camera. Okay, with the uniform on. I'm about to get her off my screen. Good God Almighty. Say, girl, I'm playing. I just was triggered. See, I ain't hiding it. I was just triggered when I seen her uniform.
You
But
know I'm at work.
no, my whole heart and yours. So one thing I want to say, thank you. Thank you for being so brave on this evening. Thank you for just stepping out there because I don't know how this is gonna go. I do know this young lady, so I like to be transparent. I like to be upfront. I do know this young lady, and she has been someone who has been in the chat, and she has been asking difficult questions. She has been encouraging, and she is one of the day ones. She has been even behind the scenes, been an encouragement in my life. She definitely encourages me to do what it is that I do. She texts, she is pretty consistent, and she is young, a young lady, but she definitely is full of wisdom. And so I am just going to just go ahead and we just going to go right with it. So what is your question?
I want to know because we talk all the time, and I see how
Why
much
you
we
going to
push
call
this.
my site?
Oh, for a stop! I'm already nervous. All right, so we talk all the time, and I hear when you say like I'm tired, like I don't feel well, but I'm still like pushing through, and I feel like I'm pushing through as far as working hard and provided for myself. I just got a new car. I have a place over my head. Thank God. I'm grateful for that. But I feel like I'm not pushing myself as far as, to my limits. And it's kind of two parts to that. I feel like I'm holding myself back as far as, not starting my physical journey and as well as um just like emotionally, like when I like forgive my family members or stuff like that, like I kind of hold myself back, in that aspect. So I just want to know how you push yourself, you know through those times and persevere.
I listen to my village. But first I listen to myself. And is it easy? No, it's not. Some days I don't feel like it. You have been around me when I was not feeling my best, when I was sick, and unwell and miserable because I'm like you. I want to do more because I can do more. I'm capable of doing more. But in that moment, I was capable of only doing what I can do, and that was just lay there and do what I got to do so I can get better. But this is what I want to say to you. You went right over. I got a car, a new car. I got a house. I got a job. You went right zoom, zoom, zoom. But then you just took your time and named all the things that you feel are unpleasant. You took your time and named all the things that don't make you feel good. I don't know if you are aware of that. But what I want to help you understand is I have a heart of gratitude. Because for one, I am honest. I get to nagging. I do complain, but it don't last that long. And this is why it don't last that long because my heart of gratitude begins to kick out. And then I got to look back, see forward ever, backwards never. I take a look back and I remember. I remember when I didn't have. I remember when I slept on a cot. I remember when my food was on a tray and we couldn't identify what the smell was or what it was. I remember being reduced to wearing just one outfit. I remember having to take all my clothes off and squat and cough, even when I was on my cycle. I remember. And because I remember today, when I come on my cycle, I say, thank you, Lord. But when I come off, I am shouting. Why? Because I remember when I was hemorrhaging. I remember when I needed a blood transfusion, not one, but two. I remember. Today, because I remember, I'm able to honor even when I don't feel well. Girl, lay down. Why? Because the world ain't going to stop. If I don't take care of me, I'm no good for you. And if I'm no good for you, who else you going to listen to in this season? Because God placed you in my life for a reason, not just to feel good. Because if that's what I'm doing, then I don't need to be in your life. I'm telling you, honor the fact that you was in a whole accident, car crash, and within 30 days, you got a new car. Celebrate that. I seen what the car looked like. You made it out there. And it baffled me because you just texted me all nonchalant, talking to me all nonchalant. And I'm like, I see what this car looked like. And you walked out unscathed. Girl, all you got to do is remember. And that will propel you to honor your growth and development. I don't got time to play with you, little girl. You choosing. I know what you capable of. Why are you longing for a people that ain't showing up? And you got people in your life that you just ignoring. That shows up even when you don't want them to. They do it because they love you unconditionally. You think I would still, you think that you can be on my phone the way that you be on my phone if I didn't love you unconditionally? Do you think I would extend my space, my intimate space to you if I didn't love you unconditionally? And if you wasn't doing the work, you got to cross over. You got to cross over. You got to catch up. Because you're doing the work, but your mind, you are talking yourself backwards. You are blessed. And girl, you triggered me. But let me shout you out. You showed up on tonight because I know this ain't you. You show up and you're in the chat, but this right here, I know this ain't your thing.
No.
So for you to be the second one, but the first one, the first shall be last, and the last shall be first. Understand and recognize how special you are. Don't fumble. Don't fumble because of how you feel. If this journey was based upon how we feel, girl, I would be in my bed. Tap in. You got to cross over. Make the decision. Make the decision to celebrate your growth and development. Make the decision not to apologize because you don't have to hide no more. You are healed. Show these people how God has been blessing you. Even though you're still a knucklehead. Come on. They need to hear it. I bet you won't ask me no more. I bet you won't ask me no more questions publicly now.
I don't have nothing else to say.
I bet you won't answer.
Oh. Can I go back to work?
Let's go, sis. We are moving forward. You got this, sis. Smile through it all. No, before you go, you got to make a decision. And because you was bold and you decided to show your face and not call me on the phone, you got to make a decision. Why? Because once you make that decision out loud, we as a community got to hold you accountable. So make the decision to move forward. Make the decision to honor and celebrate your movements.
Well, with that being said, I am starting my home gym. I will start making my videos. So look out for Body More Fits. If you need a personal trainer, a nutritionist, um, anything of those nature, I got you. So I'm speaking on it publicly. So now it has to evolve. Well, it will evolve.
But it already exists. Y'all hear that, right? Michelle said, I do. So you already got somebody that's saying, I do, I need one. You got to commit. Brandy said, let's go. That means you got to commit because you got people that is saying, I need it. And if someone is saying, I need what you got, you are now held accountable. We have been waiting for you, sis.
I'm here.
Dominique Blake said, let's go. I have been working with this young, yes, help me unbig my back. This lady. Me
I
too.
got you.
Do you do virtual training?
Yes, yes.
She does virtual training. So you got somebody in another state that's saying, me too. I need virtual training. From this day, 6:58, 3:26 is when you made the commitment to move forward. Come up out of that. We ain't going backwards and stop. We're not holding ourselves captive because we feel bad for other people. We healing. And we got to walk in it. And so now, honey child, we're going to let you return because we don't want you to lose your job. So we're going to let you get back to doing what you are doing. I am extending your number to anyone in the community who wants it. I am extending it because they need to know how to book you.
Got you.
And so the first step is your phone number. So those that would like her phone number to assist her. Michelle, do you have a website?
Not yet.
We are going to send her to Global Butterfly Effects so that she can get gathered. She is ready. I have been working with her for some time now. And today, this was not planned. I did not know she was going to do this. I was going to do it. I just asked, and two people was bold. And out of the two people, she was the second one, but the first one that sent me her email address, which lets me know she's ready. Forward. This is what Pusher is about. This is what I do behind the scenes that people don't know until it is done, until I am released to release. You never know who is tapped in until they are ready because it's their journey, not mine, to expose. I'm only here to expose my own stuff so that I can heal. It is not for me to expose no one else's. Mrs. Prince said, we got her. This is what we do. And so, honey bunny, I thank you so much. I'm so proud of you for taking this step. And so I know that moving forward, I have to connect you with different people because you are ready. You did it out loud. And so I'm going to praise you publicly and say congratulations on making a decision that you have been struggling to make for some time now. And that simply is just to be in and operate in your freedom. That's it. To be free in your freedom. It seems like every good thing that comes, we something bad come back and remind us of the people, the trauma of where we come from. But honey bunny, on the night, you have proven to me that you are ready. And so we got you. We got you as a community. We got you because this is what we do. I love you, and there's nothing that you can do about it. Do you want to say anything to the people before I let you go?
I appreciate y'all encouragement, and I'm excited to start working with y'all. and I do have to get back to work before I get fired. So,
Love you.
but I'll still be in the chat.
Yeah, she will be in the chat. She will
All
be in the chat. All right, honey bunny. So next, listen, I did not plan it, but that's just what we do. We gotta flow. And this morning, doing morning motivation, I just for the this since last week, I have been like operating your gift. Operate in your gift. I just kept reminding myself, operate in your gift, not your flesh. Operate in your gift, not your flesh. I just been telling myself over and over again because I realize it's so easy to operate and just being you. But it's something different when you yield yourself to the spirit that resides within you, and you become so sensitive to that spirit that you follow, that leading, versus be in here and in here. And on tonight, for the very first time, I don't know when y'all tapped in, but for those that tapped in soon as the countdown ended, one of the first things that I said was, for whatever reason, I'm not nervous. And every week, I'm stressed. I am out my mind. Something has happened to distract me, and I'm disheveled. I gotta count and breathe and do all this. I gotta listen to Kendrick Lamar. I gotta listen to David Banner. I gotta listen to all these different people, high def tone. I gotta go through all of that to center myself. But on tonight, all I did was remind myself, tap in. And because I did that, when the countdown ended, I was just so relaxed, and I just I'm just flowing, and I have no idea what is happening and what is going on. We talking about real life in real time. I know we like to look the part. I know we like to look professional. I know we like to look like we got some decency and order. But the truth is, we do. It just might not look like other people. I know y'all probably like, what is going on back there? You be backdropping and all of that. And I'm saying this is as good as it get, because I'm not looking for perfection. I'm not even looking for that. The only reason why I got a background is because I don't want y'all to see my place. I need something to myself. Other than that, that is the only reason why. Other than that, I'm here to get something, because my healing is dependent upon it. Who has a question? You don't have to come up. I'm not going to mess with y'all. You don't have to come up. You can put your question up in the chat, and we can talk to each other through that. Y'all be chatting with each other in the chat, so we can do it. Y'all text all day long, email all day long. Y'all definitely showing up in the chat, showing how you could do shorthand, long sentences, and we still hearts, prayers, and we still know what we are talking about. And so, what is the questions that you all may have? You want to know about me? You want to know about, it got to be about me, because I cannot. Yes, Miss Blake, there is a link, but I need your email address. Text it to me. How do you identify your gift? So, I would say something so profound and deep because I can, but I'm not. It took a process. I've taken so many tests. I've personality tests, spiritual tests. I've taken so many tests. I've had taken so many classes that I cannot even name. I've taken over 100 classes. I know I have. I did all of that in seeking and learning, because I wanted to know what was my gift. And I did all of that, and I still didn't understand it until right now in this moment. I got it. The gift is the spirit that operates in you. How do you know you got that gift? I don't know what you choose to believe, but I choose to believe that God is all-knowing and everlasting. And I'm telling you, what the spirit, the gift that is inside of me, what it enables me to do is all those things that I am good at. I don't have to be taught. I like to do things with my hands. No one taught me how to make houses out of paper. I seen it done, and then I began to do it. I can decorate your whole place with cardboard paper and construction paper, tape, glue, and markers for every holiday. No one taught me that. I just found out that I was good with my hands. And what happens is when you tap, when you're not doing it your way, when you're not in your head, you're not overthinking, you're not analyzing it, you ain't searching. I'm telling you, I did it and I still didn't get it. I was a licensed teacher, Evangelical Training Association. I did the work. I got a lot of information up here and in here. But it wasn't until this very moment that I realized the gift is in here. It's the spirit that operates in me. And when I yield in that, there's no insecurities. When I yield in that, there's no self-criticism. When I yield in that, there's no self-judgment. I'm talking about me. That's deep. I got that just now because I got the proficient thing to say. I can say my vernacular is extensive. I can say it, but I ain't got time for that because I did all of that and I didn't get it. It was just so simple to recognize the gift. It's the spirit that's operating in you, because all the times that I operated outside of my gift, I always found myself on a hamster wheel. You'll catch that tomorrow. How do you keep your mental focus during those deep, dark moments and not allow depression to take over? That is a good question. And I was on What's Up Baltimore yesterday with Joy, Conversations with Joy B, and my sister Dominique Blake was also on there. And one of the things, my takeaway that I thought about after is I talk to myself out loud. I do. I don't know. You got to find that thing that will help you focus. And I feel like I talk myself into that deep, dark moment. And because I recognize that I can do that, I also recognize I can talk myself out of it. And so just as I have intellectual conversations with myself, I've had vulnerable conversations with myself as well. And that's when accountability come in at. I ask myself the toughest questions. I ask myself, why? Why are you here in this? It just happened. It just happened. And I masked very well, but it just happened. I shared it a little bit last week. I was bothered and I couldn't shake it. And I didn't understand. And I literally had to have a conversation with myself. It's easy for me to fall in depression. It's easy for me to do that. I've been in relationship with depression for years. The only thing we wasn't was married, because it's insane. But we were in relationship. And I had to talk I gotta talk to depression even today. Why? because she still speaks. Just because I'm healed doesn't mean I'm still exempt. Depression still speaks to me. And I have to own it and accept it for what it is and tell myself, come up out of that. Or don't go in that. And that's when I got to talk to somebody, or that's when I got to pray, or that's when I got to listen to something. But more importantly, what triggered me to go to that place? Because if I can figure that out, that's most the battle. Actually, the battle is won when you can figure that part out. See, that's how you focus, even when you're going through. It's self-awareness. It's self-awareness. No one really knows you better than you, even if you feel like you don't know yourself. Start paying attention to yourself. Everybody, pay attention to yourself a little bit more. I recognize that as time goes on, my tolerance for some stuff is I'm telling you. How do you not give up on a family member when they always let someone come in between you? Okay. We telling the truth, right? You don't give up. You set boundaries. If that relationship is important to you. Because clearly, when we find ourselves in a relationship and something is happening, it's lopsided. The scale is tipping, and it ain't balanced. Sometimes we got to take a step back. Because sometimes we are functioning in our trauma and don't realize it. Some people don't know how to love. Some people don't know how to receive it. I'll be the first to say, it took me to hurt some family members. It took me to go through some stuff to know how to handle and receive people who love me unconditionally. Can't nobody come in between that. Nobody. And if they can, something is wrong. Something is wrong. We got to lose the title. Lose the title. Because with title comes an expectation. We have this idea that family is supposed to be a certain type of way, but family is human. Family is human. First, we put these labels and expectations on one another unknowingly. But I'm telling you, their boundaries got to be put in place to protect you. Why? Because your heart is deserving of it. Your heart is valuable. I'm not putting work, and I used to have a green thumb. I don't know if I still got it. Because I haven't done any work. But there was a time where I did have a green thumb, and we used to plot and we used to create it ourselves. And we learned that there is different kind of soil to plant in. And when you're doing it from the ground up, when you're digging, what people really don't know is different kind of dirt. And one of the dirts that we tried to stay away from was clay, because it will suffocate the seeds, and there's no guarantee that it will root and grow. So we make sure that the ground is good and that it's fertile for conception. Talking about plants. You'll catch it tomorrow. We did that, and then once we were finished, we were able to spring came, we will water every day, and then eventually we will see. My favorite that I planted was morning glories. I love morning glories, but we planted vegetables all time. We had beds everywhere in prison. I'm telling you, I did some stuff. What am I saying? We got to stop investing in people, places, and things. And you can't make a deposit. I told somebody earlier today, it's like casting your pearls to swine. I'm talking to myself. I ain't talking to y'all. I done slipped into having a conversation with myself, because sometimes we do get caught up. I get caught up in why certain people don't want to be in my life. And I know that respectfully, I know that I'm fearfully and wonderfully made. I know that, let me take it old school. I know that I'm all that in a bag of chips. Sour cream, to be exact, the ripple. I know that. I live my life with no judgment. Who am I? I live my life in love today. And it bothers me that certain people that I want to be active in my life are conditional. But guess what? Big, guess what? I love you unconditionally, but all is well, because I got to keep moving. Why? Because my healing is dependent upon it. I only get 24 hours out of the day. I do not want to spend not 1 second of every minute of each hour worrying about why you don't want to rock with me. And I come with the flavor. And now sour cream says, yes, the ripple cut. I'm trying to cut back. I'm just saying. And throw a Snapple apple in it. Yes, I'm trying to tell you, a good time in love. My life is exciting with all the stuff. I can talk about all the things that I don't like, but I choose not to. Why? It's a time and a place for everything. And because I know that I'm fearfully and wonderfully made, I am not apologizing, nor am I wasting my time trying to figure out why you don't rock with me, why you are allowing other people to interfere in what we have. Yes, brand, all the flavors. We focused on the wrong thing. Focus on the 24 hours that you have. I'm like, really think about it. And I bet you it'll change your perspective. Because it surely changed mine. Yes. Snapple, apple. Yes, I gave Malia the rest of my chicken. I'm hungry. Yes. I can't get out my head and rehearsing trauma help. Come on, what are you talking about, Miss B, Miss Brittany? I can't get out of my head and rehearsing trauma help. What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? That was a good question, right, Malia? Who stole my chicken? All right, Miss Brittany, we are waiting for you. Familiar upsets. I'm gonna tell you the same thing that I told you. Well, that I said on romantic. Hold up. Okay. I can't get out of my head and rehearsing trauma help. All right, chat. We need you to push. So we're talking about familiar upsets, work upsets, romantic upsets. Understand that all the things that you name are real life stuff. They are real life stuff. The same way that you are working on you and you're showing up for you and you are learning different perspectives and you are navigating through information and trying to figure out what works for you. That's why I encourage everyone to get It Takes One to Know One workbook and journal. I encourage you not only to get it, but to do the work. Don't look at it as, oh, we cool, we are, I know her story. No, it really ain't about me. I just chose to reveal my stuff first. But really, it's for you to heal, for you to do the work, for you to be real with yourself. And it's important to do that because that will help you. It will help you understand that as you take yourself through a process, that don't mean everybody that you work with is going through that same process. That don't mean everybody that you work with is moving in the same direction. You got to make peace with that. We got to make peace with that. In romantic relationships. Now, I ain't really going to touch that because I'm not going to be in a romantic relationship and you ain't working on you. All I need you to do is be a work in progress. I'm looking for perfection. I'm looking for you to be moving forward and not wanting to stay stuck and stagnated in trauma. I want you to have a vision for your life. And I want you to even have a somewhat of a plan and or idea, and you are doing your very best to move in it. That's what I look for. Everything else will come. So I'm not really going to really touch that, but you in the chat can, and we will expound on it. Familiar upsets. How did you get through the last upset? How did I get through the last upset? I remembered the last one. How I got through it. If it did not work out, I figured it out and did something else, a different kind of way. Why? Because we can't escape struggle. We can't. If you are in the land of the living, life is going life. We got to choose to live in it. My sister had drilled that in my head. We say these sayings that life be life, and we saying it because it sounds slick, but do you really know what you're saying? Life never stopped life, and it was us. Great question. Keep replaying the same trauma instead of letting go or working through. We're not going to keep replaying the trauma. That's the issue. That's the issue. Can you speak on finding closure within yourself from a situation that is still unresolved and the person is unwilling to address the issue or have a conversation? Understand this. My father has been deceased since I was 15 and I am 45. I have some questions because while I was incarcerated, I've learned some things about my father, about my family on my father's side, whom I really vaguely know, and finding out some truths. The only people who can really answer it is him and his mother, and they can't answer that. I have to live with that, and because I recognize that I have to live with that, I made peace with it because it's nothing I can do about it. That's one example. And that's something that I'm living with. They're not coming back. And when I get to heaven, I'm not looking for them to talk about it because that ain't what I'm there for. So I've let it go. Do it come up? I let it go in a sense where it doesn't consume me. I let it go in a sense that if it comes up, it's a thought. And then it goes away. It does not consume me. It does not take up my emotions. It does not take up my thought life. Why? Because I have no control over it. I had to make a decision and make peace with it. Can you speak on finding closure within yourself from a situation that is still unresolved and the person is unwilling to address the issue or have a conversation? I'm in a situation like that. Again, it still applies. Same answer still applies to the land of the living and those that are gone. I've made peace with it. Why? Because I only have 24 hours out of a day. And I don't want to, I'm telling you, in real time, in real life, I almost died. I was in the hospital. That scared me enough to want to live. Thank you, Lord. I ain't got time to sit back and waste my thoughts when I can be creating. Wasting my time when I can be healing out loud. It feels good to be on this side because I'm choosing me. Greater the pain, greater the passion. Greater the pain, greater the passion. Now is the time for us to activate our faith. Now is the time for us to band together. Like, we're not just doing this just to be doing it. We're not just saying it just to be saying it. You got to do the work. And I am telling you, we as a community now, we are obligated to hold Michelle Fitzgerald accountable. Why? Because she spoke it publicly. We never know the person's process unless they share it. But when they show up, it is our duty as a community to rise up and do what we can to support. We support everybody else. We search through social media looking for different people, different motivational speakers, different people that sing. And right in our community, we got artists, we got poets, we got motivational speakers. We're not gonna be here. We're not gonna be in your life. Don't take it for granted. Tap in and use your community. Invest in your community. That is what PUS'HER is about. I can name at least 6 people right now. I can name one person on here that's an artist. I don't know where the other one at, but he's always tapped in. We have somebody on here that is a visionary. We're talking about operating in your gift. We're going back to that. That's what I'm speaking to. I'm just naming the things that they do, but when they do it, they operating in their gift. You'll get that tomorrow. You have, I said, an artist. You have a poet. You have a comedian. You have hospitality, nurses, because after having a good time, I might need, come give me an IV or something. You ain't got to send me to John Hopkins. Come on. Get my breathing right. Tell me what to do. Put my hands up. I'm saying immediately. We have these things right here, but we invest everywhere else, but not in our community. And we're complaining and we're nagging. This is how you do the work. This is how you show up. And so I'm going to ask you, the community, I will have someone here on next week. And I just want you to just hold on. I'm shaking it up a little bit. It will be a male. So just hold on. I'm bringing them. I'm getting ready to mix it up. But in the meantime, between time, I need you to go over to PUS'HERLife.org. I need you to go over on PUS'HERLife.org. And if you didn't get It Takes One to Know One workbook and journal and People PUS'HER, go to the author's link and get that. But I want you to go over there and go to the Healing 1 Million People link. And I want you to hit that link if you have not taken the pledge yet. And the 10th person that today is the 26th. Oh, I got it right here. I'm tripping. Today is the 26th. On the 25th, I will check it. The 10th person, I will send you a special gift. I will send you, no matter where you at on the globe, you will receive a special gift. The 10th person that takes the pledge, I will check on May the 5th, and I will announce the winner on May the 5th, and I will reach out to the winner on May the 5th to get your information. But the 10th person that go to pusherlife.org and take the pledge, I have something for you. Thirdly, if you decide to come back, I need you to bring somebody with you. This is how we're going to do this. I need you to like this video. This is the wind down, the cool down. And I'm doing my thumbnails like the kids be doing. They be doing thumbnails. So I got to, make crazy faces and stuff so I can have a thumbnail like the kids be doing. But yeah, I need you to bring somebody on next week, because we will be back having a difficult conversation. Season 2, episode 5. We will be having a difficult conversation from a male's perspective, and it will be a tough conversation because it is not any male. I'm not going to tell you who it is. I just want you to hold on because he definitely has something to say, and we do have something to talk about. As always, I appreciate you all for showing up. I thank you for your questions. I thank you for your encouragement. I thank you for tapping in. I thank you for pushing and supporting Michelle Fitzgerald. Shout out to everyone. Miss Blake, we will work it out so that I can have you on here, because I definitely believe that the pusher community will fall in love with you as I have, and I would like to introduce them to you. Trust me, I don't just bring everyone in this community, but you are a vibe and you have something to say. And so it will be my pleasure and my honor to have you. So we will talk about that. Until then, it is your girl Pusher. If you're not pushing forward, you're moving backwards. Say it out loud. Forward ever, backwards never. No, really say that thing out loud. Forward ever, backwards never. I so appreciate you all. Thank you for tapping in. It is your girl Pusher. If you're not pushing forward, you're moving backwards. Say it out loud. Forward ever, backwards never. No, really say that thing out loud. Forward ever, backwards never. Have you gotten your copy of It Takes One to Know One workbook and journal and people pusher? No, then travel over to pusherlife.org, go to the author's page, and you will find It Takes One to Know One and People Pusher. Come tap in.